Most men think attraction is about looks, money, or status. But what if I told you the real game is played with your words? A high-value man doesn't just talk. He commands attention. He doesn't try to impress. He makes people lean in. And when he speaks to women, he does it in a way that makes them think about him long after he's gone. Here's the truth. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. A man who understands this can make a woman miss him, crave his presence, and chase his energy without ever trying too hard. In this video, we're breaking down the exact ways high-value men speak to women so you can leave an impact every time you open your mouth. If you're tired of being forgettable, keep watching. Because by the end of this video, you'll know how to speak in a way that makes women think about you even when you're not around. Let's get into it. The power of calm, controlled speech. High-value men don't rush their words, and they don't fill silence with nervous chatter. They speak with intention, control, and presence, and that alone sets them apart from the average guy. When a man speaks with a steady, relaxed tone, it creates an air of certainty. Women instinctively pick up on this. It signals confidence, security, and a sense of direction. Compare that to someone who speaks too quickly, stumbles over their words, or constantly seeks validation. Which one do you think leaves a lasting impression? Here's what sets high-value men apart. They don't over-explain. Instead of justifying every little thing, they keep their words direct. If they say something, they let it stand. They embrace pauses. Most people are uncomfortable with silence, but a confident man lets it work in his favor. A well-placed pause builds intrigue. It makes others lean in, wanting to hear more. They match their words with their actions. There's no need for exaggerated claims or forced stories. A high-value man's presence speaks just as loudly as his words. Want to test this out? The next time you're in a conversation, slow down. Take a breath between sentences. Let your words settle. You'll be surprised at how people start paying closer attention to what you say, especially women. 2. The subtle art of playful teasing. There's a fine line between playful confidence and trying too hard to impress. High-value men understand this balance, and they use teasing in a way that sparks curiosity and builds attraction. Think about it. When someone teases you in a light-hearted, confident way, it creates a sense of familiarity. It's engaging. It draws you in. But when someone does it in a way that feels forced or mean-spirited, it has the opposite effect. Here's what high-value men do differently. They tease with warmth, not arrogance. It's not about putting someone down. It's about creating an inside joke, something personal that makes the moment fun. They stay calm while teasing. If you tease someone, but look for approval afterward, it loses its effect. True confidence comes from delivering the tease and letting it sit. They mix teasing with sincerity. Playfulness keeps things exciting, but a moment of genuine appreciation makes it meaningful. An example. Let's say she's always late. Instead of complaining, you could say with a smirk, "You know, I think you secretly enjoy making me wait. It's your way of keeping me on my toes." That's teasing, but in a way that makes her smile, not feel bad. Teasing isn't about trying to be funny. It's about creating a dynamic where both of you enjoy the conversation. It makes interactions feel effortless, and that's what leaves a lasting impression. 3. The secret weapon. Making her feel understood. The most attractive men are the ones who make women feel truly understood. Not just heard, but understood. This isn't about agreeing with everything she says. It's about actively listening and responding in a way that shows you're present in the conversation. Here's what high-value men do that most guys don't. They listen without waiting to speak. Most people are just waiting for their turn to talk. A high-value man lets the conversation breathe. He absorbs what's being said before responding. They ask thoughtful questions, not basic ones like, "What do you do for fun?" Zrenia, but questions that make her think. Something like, "What's one thing people assume about you that isn't true?" Creates a real connection. They acknowledge emotions, not just words. If she talks about a challenge she faced, a low-value response would be, "Oh, that's tough." A high-value response, "That must have been frustrating. What kept you pushing through?" This is what sets a high-value man apart. He doesn't just engage in small talk. He makes her feel heard, understood, and emotionally connected. And when that happens, she won't just remember you, she'll feel drawn to you. The power of mystery, saying less, meaning more. One of the biggest mistakes most men make when talking to women is giving away too much too soon. They overshare, over-explain, and try to impress with endless details. But high-value men, they understand that mystery is power. A high-value man never feels the need to lay all his cards on the table at once. He reveals just enough to spark interest, but not so much that there's nothing left to discover. And this isn't about playing mind games. It's about creating intrigue. Think about it. Imagine you're watching a movie where everything is explained in the first 5 minutes. No suspense, no build-up. Would you still be interested in watching? Probably not. Now apply that to how you speak. Here's what makes a man's words more captivating. Short, impactful responses. Instead of answering, "So what do you do for work?" with a long, detailed explanation, say something like, "I help people solve problems. What about you?" It keeps things open-ended and makes her want to know more, letting her ask the next question. If you answer every question with a full life story, you leave no room for curiosity. Subtle humor. If she asks, "Why are you so confident?" Component placement. Instead of giving a serious answer, say, "I took a confidence course taught by my grandmother." It keeps things light while still leaving her intrigued. The key to mystery? Speak with purpose. Say things that create interest, not overwhelm with details. When a man controls how much he reveals, he naturally keeps people wanting more. 5. The art of saying no. Why it makes you stand out. Most men think they need to agree with everything a woman says to keep her interested. They're afraid that disagreeing or setting a boundary would push her away. But here's the truth. High-value men are not afraid to say no. A man who can say no without fear of losing her approval instantly stands out. Why? Because it shows he has standards, self-respect, and confidence. Here's how high-value men approach this differently. They don't pretend to like things just to impress. If she loves a certain type of music, but he doesn't, he won't fake enthusiasm. Instead, he'll say, "I respect that, but I've never really been into that genre. Maybe you can convince me." It keeps the conversation interesting while still being honest. They set boundaries without explaining. If she wants to change plans last minute and he's busy, he'll simply say, "I've already got something going on. Let's plan for another time." No over-explaining, no apologies, just a simple, confident response. They aren't afraid to walk away. If someone isn't treating them with respect, they won't chase or beg. They'll politely disengage, showing that they value their own time and energy. A man who can say no commands more respect than a man who agrees with everything. Women don't want someone who follows their every move. They're drawn to a man who knows his worth and isn't afraid to stand by it. 6. Ending conversations on your terms. Most men wait for the woman to decide when a conversation ends, but high-value men, they take the lead. Here's why that matters. When you're the one to end a conversation first, it leaves a lasting impression. Instead of dragging things out until the energy fades, you leave while the interaction is still strong. This does two things. It makes her think about you after you're gone. If the last moment was engaging and exciting, she'll replay it in her mind, wanting more. It positions you as someone with a life beyond the conversation. A high-value man isn't just sitting around, waiting for an interaction to end. He has things to do, places to be. Here's how to master this. Exit on a high note. If the conversation is going well, don't wait for it to die down. Say something like, "I've got to run, but this was fun. Let's continue this another time." It keeps the energy high and leaves her wanting more. Use time constraints early on. Instead of making it seem like you have unlimited time, set the expectation early. Saying, "I've only got a few minutes, but I wanted to say hi," makes you seem busy and in demand. Never linger awkwardly. If you feel like the conversation is running out of steam, take control and wrap it up. Say, "All right, I'll catch up with you later," and leave with confidence. The key is to always leave her thinking about you, instead of being the one chasing for more time. That's what makes a man memorable. The way you speak determines how people see you. A high-value man doesn't just talk, he influences, intrigues, and leaves a lasting impression. If you got value from this, hit the like button and subscribe to Stoic Practice of Virtue for more powerful insights. Drop a comment below on which of these speaking techniques you'll be using first. I'll see you in the next one. Stay sharp, stay strong, and speak like a high-value man.